Hey guys, sorry about this. I had it set up to go mobile tonight for the Bears Den so we could be outside, but my back just ain't having it. I'm sorry. And I've been trying to figure out how to change it from mobile to, yeah, desktop, and I can't figure it out. I don't know if there's just not an option, but I tried. So if somebody could please give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, 5x5. Let me know y'all can see and hear me. Thank you very much. Like I said, I apologize. This was supposed to be outside, but I just can't handle sitting in a chair outside. It hurts too much. See all we got in here this evening. Well, I can only go up so far, but Joe Morgan, Mames Legacy, Chris Pyatt, Green Thumb Prepper. Let's see, Be Charming. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Gary Latona. Um, Michigan Outpost. Good to see you guys. Flow Grown Homesteader. Helen Dixon. Kim's Farmstead Living. Blue Vandal. Good to see y'all. Prepared for. Hillbilly Homesteader. What's up? Good to see you guys. Penny D. Tina P. Tamara Reynolds. Ashley. Hey guys. Good to see y'all. So I'm doing this from my phone, but watching the chat on the computer so I can see everything. So if I'm looking back and forth, that's why. It's kind of weird watching yourself on TV. Like now I see what you guys see. That's weird. From a different angle, anyway, I guess. I don't know. And I'm buffering on my end. That's cool. Am I coming through okay? Carpenter's Self-Reliance. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey, y'all, been in a slump last month. I think Poppy's prayers have helped. Things are getting better. I about gave up. Well, amen. It's good to hear that. Can't give up. Trust me, if that was an option, I would have already done it. Okay, great. Good. Thank you, guys. Okay. So, some disturbing things this week, huh? With this whole Nas dude and or Nas, whatever, X. Ass is more like it. Thank you, homeboy. Appreciate it, man. You ain't got to start doing that. What happened to outside? Be charming. I can barely walk. I didn't hardly get anything done today. Thank God for family and Mandy and Kylene being here. They moved the greenhouse out to the yard. He set up a tunnel for me for my cucumbers. My brother in law did. Um, I just can't stand to sit outside in those chairs. I tried. There's no way. Papa, Cat Lady, and Sean couldn't stay. Oh, that's all right. Crazy, this world sure needs help. That's absolutely right, Helen. I guess Nike is ripping this kid apart though for making those shoes, and you know, um, for making just letting everybody believe that Nike was behind him, and um, which he deserves, in my opinion. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs and things like that. But come on now, and admitting that he done it just to piss off Christians. So, Trailer Trash Bushcraft. I ain't seen that name in a couple weeks. Good to see you. It is going okay here. I don't know where to look. I don't know if you did or not, Coral, because I haven't paid attention to anything today. I had family here all day, and that was my focus. Hello, David Creason. Good to see you. Not much going on here. He's famous now. He won't care, says Helen. Yep. Well, he was already kind of famous because that, what was it called? Old Town Road that he done with Billy Ray Cyrus. But I don't know. It could bury him. I hope it buries him. Raptor Ranch, good to see you. Hey, y'all, beautiful day here in Wisconsin doing eggs. We got blessed here today, too. Beautiful weather all day. Kind of windy, but beautiful. Ashley DMX OD'd. Really? Did he die? Or was they able to bring him back? I agree, East Kentucky. I mean, it's shameful. Ugly Prepper, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Ken B, good to see you. Yep, that's what I heard too, Chris. He said he intentionally done it just to make the Christians suffer because growing up a black gay child, he was made to believe he was going to hell regardless of what he done with his life because he was gay, and that was always preached to him, and this was his way to get back at everyone, he said. We're about to color eggs with natural coloring from beets and red cabbage. That's awesome. That's really cool. Not yet. Doesn't look good. I just got in from seeing family at West Boggs and Lagodi myself. Didn't expect to be late tonight. Well, I hope you had fun down there. I know it was the first gathering you guys have had at the new house. So. We expect this crap out of that kind of trash. Yeah, I mean, it is expected anymore. And I don't think, like, these new guys or younger guys, I don't think they understand the severity of doing things like that, completely selling out your soul. That's all he done. I mean, if you are a Satan worshiper or a satanic follower, then I guess you understand, that the consequences of that. But I'm not sure that he's absolutely like a satanic worshiper or, whatever you want to call it. I think he done it for publicity. And I mean, that's just straight up blasphemy. I mean, I don't know. I bet he thinks long and hard about it when he gets a little older. Onion skins and black beans make beautiful natural dyes. That's awesome. I didn't know that. The Holly Weird leads are trash. That's absolutely right, Joe. You will not get an argument out of me with that. This was his way to make money. He just didn't expect the kickback he got. I don't know. I think he expected the kickback, but I don't think, being who he is, I don't think he thought Nike would go after him and, file lawsuits and yank the shoes down. And I mean, there's nothing anybody can do about the video really, besides, refuse to play it. But we know that ain't gonna happen. Um, he's mainstream. He's, a celebrity. They do what they want. One of these guys, say, and I'm not saying he would do this or whatever, but say, if Tom Cruise videotaped or recorded whatever himself taking a piss on a painting of the Last Supper and it hit YouTube, it'd go viral. Absolutely viral, just because of who he is. Now, if one of us was to do that, and none of us would, I know that. But I'm just saying, if your common everyday man was to do something like that, oh my gosh. I mean, they would be persecuted. They would be probably, I mean, I don't know what the extent could be of doing something to somebody like that. But, I mean, you just, who knows? um, hey, Tiny Titan, what did I miss? Nothing. Me just ranting about this rapper guy and what he thought was cool to do. He has no talent, no personality, no soul. He is a Satan worshiper. Okay. I wasn't sure if he was like full blown committed, like following, or if he was just like, hey, I'll do this to, get 15 minutes of fame. They can do what they want. I follow Jesus Christ. Absolutely, Ugly Prepper. And like I've said many times before on my videos, and I've said it live, I'm by no means, you know, um, a perfect cookie cutter, whatever, Bible thumping Christian. I'm not. I know my Bible fairly well. I know what it says. I try to do what it says, and I fail every day. I am a sinner. Period. You know, but I pray every night. I ask for forgiveness daily, as I'm sure we all do. And I know we all fail daily. It's just, it's what we do. but but going out and doing stuff like this kid did, he'll figure it out one day. And I mean, and like I said, this channel always has been. You can believe what you want to believe in. You can follow what you want to follow. And God love you. We'll still, you can still come in here and chat with us, talk to us, whatever. But to deliberately, just intentionally doing it to upset people of different religious followings, it's ridiculous. Yes, agree. He, like many before him, sold his life. Hope the fame was worth it. Even Hollyweird is coming out saying, not on. And I absolutely believe it is a real thing. You can sell your soul to the devil. I believe it 100%. Joe Morgan, I know that will cheer you up. They got woke, they go broke. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm sitting all weird and leaning, and it's the only way I can be comfortable is kind of just leaning up with my elbow on one knee and my arm propped up on the other. Mames, can you imagine how soul crushing it will be when they realize what they've done? That's what I was saying. And especially like he's a very young man. I think he's not much older, like 21, 22, maybe. I don't know for a fact, but when he wisens up and, he's, wow. The lost product. Who is the rapper? Sorry, late. Okay, they already answered you. Nas X. We're all sinners, saved by grace for whom that wants it. Absolutely. And thanks for being here, Lost Product. Good to see you. And Angie Morris, CC Collins. Good to see you guys. Blue Vandal. Good to see you. Yeah, Blue Vandal, my back's out. It goes out every once in a while. And I mean, when it goes out, it goes out. I mean, I'm not getting around too well. Like I was saying earlier, thank God for family and my wife and daughter. They took care of everything today that got done. Um, they moved the greenhouse out into the yard. They put up a bean tunnel for me, or cucumber tunnel, um, whatever you want to call it. And my tiller, since I was trying to use such a little bitty piece of land that needed tilled up, because I was only tilling up enough of my lot for corn and a few other little things. So I ordered. They're new this year, or new to me. Scott's Garden Products has a an electric tiller. Don't buy it. I gotta send it back. Um, it's junk, absolutely junk. So now I gotta come up with a tiller somehow. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Big German prepared. We all are not worthy, but we keep trying to do better. That's all you can do, man. Deanna Walters, praying your back gets better soon. I know how it is to have a bad back and how painful it is. Thank you, Deanna. I appreciate that. James, the Southern Prepper. Good evening, brother. Chris Kaufman, man, you flew home, son. Homestead Homeboy, chiropractor seed money. I've been to the chiropractor and he told me himself that there's nothing else he can do for me. Um, I'm supposed to get injections in my back, but they can't do them because my insulin, my blood sugar's all over the place. I've already been all through that with you guys, so I won't go through it again. But I'm sorry, Joe, man. It's just because I'm hurting. I mean, I'm glad to be here and everything. It's just, I'm hurting, dude. Do you remember what that was, Mames? I use Tiger Balm and it helps quite a bit. But hi, Mama. I gotta. I couldn't get it to switch, so I gotta talk to him live on here and read the chat up here. I don't know about acupuncture, Tina. I've never really gave it any thought. They don't sound fun. Hey, don't be sorry. It's been my days that way, nights too, but it's been that way since I shattered my back.
My phone's dead, so
you want to sit in here with me?
Somewhere and
Did you? I plugged that laptop in.
you're on yours. You've got it logged under you.
Oh, we'll just sign out and you can find me. She'll be back, guys. She's gonna find somewhere to plug in her phone and get on that way. I've heard that about the horse liniment lost product. I don't know what to do about it because I need surgery. They already told me that because I got um, three, two definite, possibly three bulging discs. So they want to go out and or go in and like hollow out some of my vertebrae to make room for the whatever to go back down because it's too big and swollen or something. I can't remember what all they said. I appreciate that, Blue Vandal. I don't want to, Tiny Titan. I really don't want surgery on my back, but I'm telling you, I'm tired of hurting like this. Thank you, Mames. Went ahead and brought it up so I can see it later. Wait a minute. I bet that's what they were just talking about. Yep, probably. Veterinary liniment. Had to have 4 lumbar spinal fusions about 30 years ago. It's no fun at all. Happy Easter to everybody, Stanley and Donna in the Northeast Georgia mountains. Well, happy Easter, Stanley. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you being here. Try disc decompression. It helped me. I had 2 herniated discs and a bulged disc. I'll have to check into that or ask about that. I'm going to email you with something that has kept me from having injections. Mine is bad. And when it goes out, I am in bed for 2 weeks and can't move. I feel your pain, literally. The last time mine went out was back in the summer last year. And literally, I could not get in the shower without Mandy helping me. I couldn't get out of bed without help. I was on a walker. Um, it was a bad situation, and that's where I'm going with this too. I can tell, like by tomorrow, I probably won't be able to get up. Then I'll go through that for like 3 or 4 days, and then it'll finally start easing up. Did you hear? The CDC says we can spend time with family this Easter. Well, of course they did. Uncle Joe made everything better. I wouldn't. I had a friend that done back surgery, and she's had a steel rod in her back now, and they want to put her on a pump now. See, that's something I don't know. Cause I sure want to. I don't want to be on pain meds. I'm trying, Big German. I'm trying, brother. I have not tried magnesium spray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't remember how. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good to see you, by the way, and Danny Pitcher. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Is used on horses and found at Tractor Supply. Cool. I got a Tractor Supply pretty close. The CDC will turn on us. I'm not holding my hand on my ass. I'm just gonna make things happen. Sorry to hear about this stuff. The wifer had to have injections. If it worsens, next step is surgery. I saw her x rays. The discs were black. and further down you look, she has a terrible time. I feel for her, man. It's rough. Especially right now, man. I got so much stuff that he's done. Like I was gonna sit outside with you guys tonight. I was gonna, start some more seedlings and stuff like that. And I got so many things that needs done like now. Can be. I do CBD. I have the oil, and I have capsules and gummies, and they do help. I would love a big hot bath with Epsom salt, Tina, and thanks for being here. But our bathtubs are too small for this man. True American Loretta, thanks for being here. Good to see you. John Cole, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Keep stress levels low. Over stressful days cause me back pain. Mental stress causes back spasms. Yeah, I have spasms too. They suck. I about fell down in the yard today because when I have them, I just lose control. Like everything just goes limp almost. And yeah, if I hadn't been standing by the house, I'd hit the ground. As many as necessary, Danny Pitcher. That was funny. I mean, not. I don't like seeing old people fall down, but you know, Biden can't even get falling down the stairs, right? No, dude fell up the stairs. I know that you said you can't get the injection, but man, she was a total different person after she took them. She felt great. However, yeah, I want to get the injections. I mean, well, I don't want to get them, but it's just my blood sugar that it's out of control, and we can't figure out why because I'm on metformin. I do Ozempic shots every week. I eat very little sugar, hardly any carbs, and my sugar will run great for like a week, and then it'll jump and skyrocket for like 3 days, 4 days. Um, and I have to have low blood sugar for 7 consistent days, and it's just not working for me. Papa, have you considered weight loss surgery with your back issues and diabetes? Your insurance? Yes, I tried. I was denied twice. Um, I meet every qualification. I have a bad back, high blood sugar, high blood pressure. Um, I did have sleep apnea. I don't have that anymore because I lost enough weight that it kind of went away. But yeah, they denied me twice. Oh, Randy Montgomery, I'm not waiting. Believe me. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Um, I'm not waiting. It's just I'm kind of stuck. Like they won't. No, I mean we have good insurance, Mames. It's just an Indiana thing. You see, um, unless you are absolutely like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's hard to get done through insurance here, very hard. But now, if you have Medicaid, you can walk right in. They'll do it a week later. Well, not a week later, but yeah. That's awesome, American or True American Loretta. The first time, Mames, I applied for, and this was with my doctor backing me. She faxed them all my medical conditions and everything. And the first one was the gastric bypass. No, I can't remember now. I've tried for the pouch and the sleeve, both. And both times they shoot me down. But anyway, let's talk about something a little cheerier. Yeah, Joe Morgan. I'm going to do some yoga. That's what I'm going to do. What's up, Prepping Plumber? It's good to see you, brother. They call me King Turtle here on Shit Mountain if you want. And you can have the crown. What? Helen, actually, my dad sent me a link to a video. It's a plant, it's a tuber plant, kind of like an iris. It's called an insulin plant. I'm checking more into it. It's like $30 for 2 live starts. So I want to check into it and make sure it's worth the money. But you can eat the flowers. You can use the flowers and the leaves to make tea. Um, it seems to be a really cool plant. So I want to check into it more, and I'm going to try that if everything checks out. John Cole, I have gabapentin. That's what they prescribed me, so I could have it on hand when this happens. And um, that's to reduce the inflammation and all that good stuff. I just It don't seem to help much, but that's all they'd give me. How's the baby chicks? They are doing awesome, True American Loretta. I just I gotta get better and get that coop built so they can get out of my garage. That's awesome, Mames. Did he ever? I think I asked last or this morning, or maybe it was Thursday. Did your husband ever get the okay to work from home? Got more garlic and onions and peppers and tomatoes going. That's awesome, Raptor Ranch. I'm going to be doing some seedlings this evening. That's ridiculous. Yet I know of people that have free health insurance and get nonsense surgeries like bunion removal at the drop. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was saying. Here, if you have Medicaid, and you're fat, you can go get bariatric surgery here, no problem. But if you just have like, private insurance and blah, 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 and you work every day and, do what you're supposed to, and, you know, no. Kratom? I've never heard of that, Joe. I'll have to look that up. Thank you. Got a Crossman 22 caliber pellet pistol ordered. I'm not paying those high ammo prices to plink. I don't blame you, man. I couldn't tell you how many pellets I've got here for my air rifle. I mean, I'm probably up to at least 2,000, which is really not a lot, but hey, GG, good to see you. Mrs. Prepping Plumber, good to see you guys. John Cole says not Kratom. American Loretto was up smoking, had a great day, found all my gun parts. Not me, I'm value shopper with ammo and guns, but spoiled myself. Is that right, Homestead Homeboy? Hey, Eleanor, good to see you. I'm planting crops and watching you. Well, thank you. And that's awesome. Get them in the dirt. Yeah, I don't drink too often, Mames, because it does make you feel rough with diabetes. Jack Daniels causes a lot of problems too, Mrs. Prepping Plumber. I have no idea. Lost product. I've never heard of it. Somebody suggested it, and then somebody said no. No, GG, it's not. That was a Christmas present, actually, and I haven't even opened it yet. And I probably won't for quite some time. Quite some time. Oh, I can't do tequila. Nope. Can't stand tequila. Mrs. Prepping Plumber, I'm planting corn, tomatoes, bell peppers, and a bunch more. Bottled water seed money. Thank you, Homestead Homeboy. Appreciate it, man. You know, Mames, my papaw, I mean, he was an honest man, Pentecostal, honest as the day is long. You know, constantly would preach to you, tell you anything in the world about the Bible, but he would take a shot of wild turkey every night before he went to bed just to help him sleep and to because he was a hard smoker for years and he figured out that that wild turkey would cut all that stuff out of his throat so he wouldn't wake up hacking and coughing every morning. So the whole time I was alive until he passed, well, I mean, Alzheimer's got him. So once that set in, of course, he didn't do it anymore. But Um, every night, a shot of turkey. Your dog ate all your bell peppers. That sucks. Um, Prepared for, you can grow onions in buckets. Absolutely. Um, Especially like if you want to do, like if you're wanting to do like, big onions, of course you'll have to limit, but if you do like the bunching onions, like the green onions, you can grow several in a bucket. Angie Morris, I start my new job Monday. That's awesome. I remember that you've said something about that before, I think. Frost got my tomato plants. Oh no, that stinks. East Kentucky, I'm about to the point to try Papa's old ways and just take me a shot of that Jack every night when I lay down and go to bed. Because I don't think they'd interact with my medicine too much because I only take AM medicine, so. And I don't take anything like, you know, pain wise or anything like that. It's all blood pressure medicine and this medicine. Keep my head straight. Hello, Hava. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. My daddy used to drink Cavassier. Ooh, daddy was a baller. That's some expensive stuff there. You drink Cavassier every night, you done know you made it. Frost was no good for people trying to get a head start. Now people be stressing. Luckily, we got ours in. I think we're going to be okay. I think. I mean, I've still got a lot to do, a lot of starts to get going, but I think we're going to be all right. We saved ours. God bless us. And you guys will be fine. There's still plenty of time. But I know what you mean about that jump start. See, that's what I was trying to do is get everything jump started and be as soon as we could, have food in the ground, get it in there. And now I'm laid up and found out my tiller won't work, so I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do about that. Pardon the language. Papa anxiety meds are notorious for screwing with diabetes meds. Yeah, we've talked about that at my doctor's before, and so far, I've been on several different formulas, I guess, of anxiety with my diabetes medicine, and I've been on the same stuff for over a year now, so I think we hopefully finally found one that can coincide with each other. Hey, Independent Marine, good to see you. Shoo, $71 a fifth. Hey, you, when the phantom pains get too bad, whiskey helps where meds won't. The trick is not to over self medicate. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely prepared for. I'm feeling already a sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean? And that's something I haven't felt in a long time. So with the chickens and the whole gardening thing, and making sure that my family has enough food, and if I do it right, that book I showed you guys Thursday, the mini gardening book. I won't be able to do it this year, but hopefully next year I'll have all my square footage and everything figured out. I can grow. You actually grow three separate crops. You grow for sustainment, you grow a preserving crop, and you grow a um, financial crop. So you have enough to sell, you have enough to preserve, and you have enough to eat. And that's what I'm shooting for. Um, with our land here, the projected, now this is if you get it all right and you have a great year, you can gross up to, I think it was $11,000 with the square footage I have right now, plus survive and have food to can. Oh, can be. I drink at least four of these a day. Nothing but ice water. I do drink my morning coffee, and I will have a Pepsi Zero usually during the day, but yeah, I drink plenty of water. Oh, I will definitely let you know, Helen. Um, I'm really interested in that. Definitely want to dig into those. Big German, I can't get off my meds, man. My blood pressure is stupid. I would die. I've almost already died because of my blood pressure. I was about a half hour out from a stroke. My blood pressure was like 400 over 209, I think, when Mandy took me to the hospital. I about died. Well, thank you, True American Loretta. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that, guys. That first live stream, man, y'all blew me up. I think y'all are paid up for years. Yeah, Tiny Titan, my blood pressure was so high. It was making everything was so swollen and tight inside that it was collapsing my lungs. And yeah, I almost struck out. And they said it would have been a killer. So, I mean, I can't go off my blood pressure meds because I'm not on a bunch of meds. Um, I have, you know, my stability. I call them my happy pills. It keeps my head straight. Because without them, I can't hardly function, and that's no lie. I mean, you can ask Mrs. Papa Prepper. Before they finally got me lined out with anxiety medicine, I, I, I was getting to where I wouldn't leave the house. Um, I was having panic attacks at least every other day. Um, I am on cholesterol meds too, Mames. My cholesterol, actually, my cholesterol, I've done great on it. It was really high, like dangerous high, but I've got it. I can't remember the exact numbers now, but I've done great on it. I'm pretty proud of that. Um, I got my cholesterol way down from dieting and stuff like that. If the anxiety gets out of control, the BP gets out of control. Absolutely. When I have a panic attack, I can hear my heartbeat. I mean, I can hear it. I can see my heartbeat when I have a panic attack. I mean, I can't explain it, but you can see that, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like the veins in your eyes, when I have a panic attack, my blood pressure gets so high, I can see the veins in my eyes when my heart, like, I can see it. It's scary. I hate panic attacks. It's the worst thing in the world. And every time you have one, you swear to the good Lord above that you're dying. You think you're done. Mames, I hate going places by myself too. I mean, sometimes I just have to, but if I have a choice, I'd much rather have somebody with me. Yeah, Mrs. Papa Prepper, we never fry anything, and if we do, it's in the air fryer. And I eat all kinds of, fresh vegetables, and I mean, we eat good. It's a big misconception. Big people, they sit around, eat fried chicken, and, drink a milkshake to wash it down, and we're not like that. We eat very well. I don't know why I'm so big. Mrs. Prepping Plumber, my anxiety stays on 20, trying to find what meds will work because what I am on ain't cutting it. I take Zyprexa and Buspirone. Now, Buspirone will, you got to pay attention because you won't notice it at first, but Buspirone, Buspar, that's another name for it, will put weight on you. So you got to be careful with that. Now, I've always been big, so I can't blame it on the medication, but it will make you want to eat. But I take Ozempic. It's an injection I have to take every week for my diabetes, and um, it makes me not want to eat for about 3 days. So I have to remember, like those 3 days, like you got to eat something. It's like 5 in the evening. You need to just eat something. Papa, have you ever lost your vision during a? Yes, I have, Hava, and I was driving. That was, and I had my father-in-law, my disabled father-in-law, was in the car with me. I was going down the highway, and at the time I didn't have my contacts in. I had my glasses on, and of course the panic attack hits while I'm driving. So my first, my instinct is just to get off the road, and then anybody that wears glasses, you know what I'm talking about. If you take the side of your glasses and like this, how your vision, just goes everywhere, it did that, and then it went to black for like 2 seconds. And then I was still having the attack, but I was on the side of the road and stopped. So I'd just chill out and calm down. But yes, it was very brief, but I have lost my vision during a panic attack. The worst possible time. Very scary. Mames, um, Tank, he can already, yeah, he would need a lot of training, but he naturally, he knows. I can almost tell if I'm going to have a panic attack from Tank. He's very loving. He wants to be all over me. Like he'll want to lay in my lap. Um, it's like he's just so hyper and high strung. I don't know. I would love to have him registered or trained. I mean, you can register any dog to be a service dog, but I would love to have the money to get him trained. That would be amazing. And he does. I mean, he walks good on a leash and everything, but like loud noises, like he's gun shy. He hates fireworks. He hates any loud noise. Like, when I'm sawing boards out in the garage, he'll run off. So I don't know if he would actually make a good service dog or not. Homestead homeboy, I never had. I mean, I've always dealt with anxiety. And I know a lot of that was from my size. Like I hated going in a crowded restaurant. I always felt like everybody was looking to see what the fat guy was eating, and I always felt like they were talking about me and stuff like that. But one evening, I'd actually lost enough weight that I was up to where I could jog. And I went for a jog one night, and I got back, sat on the couch, and that was the first panic attack I ever had. And I ended up in the ER twice in 3 days because of it, because I was convinced they were wrong. It's not anxiety, I'm dying. There's something wrong with me. And Um, that was my first one, and that was like 5 years ago. And I've been dealing with it ever since. I don't know what broke the camel's back. I don't know what happened, but that's when it all started. I bawl and freak out when my anxiety kicks off. My fight or flight turns to fight. Um, I cry sometimes when I have my panic attacks. The last one I had was probably a month ago, and it was when I went to bed, and I just laid there and cried. And Mandy, I mean, it's funny because I could have a whole house full of people here. When I have a panic attack, she's the one I want. I don't want nobody else. Nobody talk to me. Nobody touch me. I have to have Mandy, even if it's just calling her on the phone. I've got to talk to her, and if she's here, she can calm me down, usually pretty quickly. Of course, I do the breathing exercises, and you try to focus on things you can see, things you can touch, things you can smell. Bring yourself back to reality. But if she's with me, it calms me down a lot quicker. And like I said, I cry during panic attacks sometimes just because I'm so scared. Like last time, I laid there crying, telling her I didn't want to leave her. Because I thought I was dying. It's Unless you have panic attacks, and people make fun of anxiety all the time. Oh, it's just something else that people can claim to get disability and blah 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 blah. And no, I mean it is, yeah, I guess, but no, it's real and it's scary as shit. And people piss me off when they talk like that because I wish they would have a panic attack one time, just one. You know, because it's terrifying. Hey, faithful prepper, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time, hon. I'm glad you're here. Jim S, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I didn't believe it was anxiety either. I told the doctor I had no reason to have anxiety. There was something wrong because I had physical. Exactly. Yes, that's where I was at. Because, we could go out, have a family day, or, whatever. I could have the best day of my life. No reason to be anxious. And as soon as I start winding down to go to bed or something, bam, I would have one all the time. And I couldn't, and that's the same with the doctor, man. I have pains all through my chest. I'll have random pains down my legs and my shoulders. And they say all of that is anxiety. It can manifest itself into physical pain. And I go through that all the time. Cramps and pains everywhere, all the time. Impending doom, absolutely right, P. Charming. Yes. And you can ask, like I said, Mrs. Papa Prepper. I went through that a lot, like every day. Like I didn't want her to go to work because this was the last time I was going to see her. I was going to die. I left my mom and dad's one day driving home. Had to pull off the side of the road because I was crying so hard I could not breathe because I was never going to see my mom and dad again because I was going to die. I lived like that for 2 or 3 years before they finally started getting my meds figured out. And oh man, do you have any idea how hard it is to get disability for anxiety disorders? Honestly, Mames, here in Indiana, having mental disorders, they damn near will hand you disability before they will a bad back or anything like that because they can't argue. They can't prove you wrong. So here in Indiana, if you say it's that bad, they can't prove otherwise, especially if you have documentations where you've been to the doctor. And I've been dealing with this for so long, but I'm that guy that don't want to give up. I don't want to live off the system. I don't feel like I could be a man depending on the system like that. And I know it's going to come to a point, probably a lot sooner than later, where I have to. Not so much because of the anxiety, but my back and my knees are so bad. Um, I would use the anxiety to get disability if I have to. I would definitely go that route. You know, even though it is because of my back and my knees, I would use the disability card because here in Indiana, like I said, they'll almost hand it to you because of it. I feel for you, Tiny Titan. I've asked them to test me for that because I wasn't convinced of the anxiety, but they still continue to know it's just the anxiety. So, Papa Prepper, my daughter has POTS. It's a low blood pressure heart issue and anxiety. She actually smokes the good stuff, and her POTS is under control, and so is her anxiety. Several different people have suggested that to me. I mean, I used to smoke, well, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I was a pothead. But I'm one of the potheads that get really paranoid. So I'm wondering that if I was to smoke weed, even if it was legal, if the paranoia would totally just put me under with the anxiety. I don't know. It's a scary thought. It's no fun when you get dressed and can't go into somewhere or leave your house. I still can't go out when it's dark past the gate. I feel you. I I mean, still to this day, even though I'm medicated and everything, I hate going in crowded places. Like I've ruined Mandy and Kylene's nights or days so many times because I won't go into a crowded restaurant, and sit in the noise and the rumble of everybody talking, and I can't. Faithful prepper, I'm sorry to hear that. I had similar experience. Went to cardiologist and many doctors just to find out I have anxiety. Yeah, it's scary. Papa Prepper, people that do not have them think about the now and are happy. People that go through it think of the past, present, and future and worry. It just shows that you are concerned. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's the way of looking, and I do. I think like that's where like the prepping aspect. You know, I'm constantly worst case scenario. That's constantly on my mind is worst case scenario situations. Like, sorry guys, gotta move my cushion here. Um, it's constantly on my mind. How would we get out of this situation? What are we gonna do about that situation? And I think, as sad as it sounds, I think anxiety and stuff makes me a better prepper. You know, like because I'll sit and just contemplate every possible angle of every situation, before I jump into it. Sometimes, I've made bad decisions. Hell, we all have, you know. And I'm not saying like, when it comes to buying a new vehicle or whatever, I don't sit and, ponder for months or nothing like that. I'm talking about like life or death situations, running out of food situations, running out of freedom seed situations, stuff like that, or just, everyday stuff. Just like, I never, ever let Mandy leave the house without me telling her I love her and give her a kiss. It don't happen. I absolutely not because you never know. I'm the 41-year-old guy that still hugs his sister and mom and dad when we leave or they leave here because you never know. So I'm that guy that just constantly worries about everything. Michelle Goodman, I can't do the same because I'm allergic, but my anxiety gets real bad during severe weather, and the depression and anxiety gets especially bad once a month. Um, I battle chronic depression. It kind of goes along hand in hand with anxiety. They feed each other. Knock on wood, I've been feeling extremely blessed lately, past several months. Um, Kind of a life changing event happened last year, and, made me realize how good I really do have it. So, my depression this year, I've done better. You know, now when I get like this with my back, because I hurt all the time, my back constantly hurts and my knees. So, that kind of feeds into the depression too, because there's so many things I just can't do anymore. Like I had to sell my motorcycle. I love riding motorcycles. Love it. It's so much freedom. You just take off and just ride. Forget about everything for a few hundred miles. But my back's gotten so bad and my knees, I mean, I can ride all day, don't get me wrong. But the next day, next 2 or 3, 4 days, I can barely walk. So I had a beautiful motorcycle and sold it because it was doing me no good. And the guy that bought it had it for about a month and totaled it. Wasn't his fault. He was sitting in traffic in Seymour and uh, got hit head on. Didn't hurt him. I mean, he bruised him up and made him sore, but he was in the turning lane. Somebody hit him head on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's one thing that my back and everything, that's what it's cost me. Something that I truly love. That's sad, Mames. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chris, that's exactly what happened to me. 2 ER trips in 2 days, and I mean full hookup, EKG. I had wires hanging all off of me, and of course, by the time I got to the hospital, I was feeling better. So, they're like, "Oh, it's anxiety," before they even hooked me up. You know, um, yeah, it's anxiety, which like straight out the gate pissed me off. Okay, that's like every time you go to the doctor, well, you need to lose some weight, and I was like, yes, yes, I do. Thank you, Doctor Obvious. I see that. And so many doctors, well, if you wasn't so big, like, I'm here for a sinus infection. What does that got to do with me being fat? But anyway, I've been there, Jim. I have been right on the brink, brother. I sure was. I mean, I was sitting one night in my car. I had the 9 sitting in my lap because I was over it. I was over everything. I was over her, which was my mind playing with me, of course. I was over hurting people. I was over being hurt. And then, I was over the way I have to live with pain and anxiety. And I was just over all of it. And for some reason, I heard my mother's voice clear as day. Said, son, don't do this. And God knows she wasn't nowhere near me. But she evidently knew. I don't know. But I heard her voice clear as day. Son, don't do this. And I just busted out in tears and prayed a lot, put the gun in the console, and went home. Exactly, East Kentucky. The brain is like a spring. When it is wound too tight, it's got to unravel. The brain does the same thing. That's absolutely right. Homestead homeboy, I appreciate that, brother, and I pray for all of you every night. I genuinely do. Now, I'll admit, I don't, name everybody by name, but I do pray for every viewer and subscriber to my channel. That's how I say it. I pray the Lord Jesus lays his hands on you, bless your body, heal your body, and give you the strength mentally and physically to do the things you need to do to be an asset to all. Well, thank you, Flow Grown Homesteader. I appreciate that. I honestly do. I believe that, Mames. My mom has always had that spooky sixth sense. I mean, real weird sixth sense. Can't explain it, but she's been right a lot. I understand, Independent Marine. He says, sucks when you have been a mechanic all your life and your hands give up on you. Now, that I haven't been diagnosed with. I could self diagnose. I know I have carpal tunnel. I know I do. That's why I don't hardly play guitar anymore. Like when I get done with the stuff that I post on here, you can bet my left hand, which is my fretting hand, this part right here down to my wrist looks like a big ball. It just swells up. And I used to do tattoos all the time. Um, a lot of people has got my artwork walking around. But anyway, I used to do that all the time. And now I can't because my hands go numb. I shake so bad. And they just start cramping up. So I feel you, man. You're absolutely right, Raptor Ranch. Learn to accept the things you cannot change. All the world's bullshit. Focus on family. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Be Charming. I am too. I, I was just in a bad, dark place. I can honestly say that's the only time I've ever been that close or ever thought about it that hard. Now, and see, they constantly will question me at the doctor every time I go. You have to fill out their little survey because you take depression medicine or whatever. You know, are you suicidal? Do you want to hurt yourself? And with my anxiety, it's the complete opposite. Like that's one of my things. I'm afraid I'm not going to be here for my family. That's what plays so much hell on my anxiety is my health, my weight, and everything. It scares me to death to not be here for them. So, am I suicidal or hurt myself? No, it's the complete opposite. you know. So that's truly the only time I was ever at that point. And that night, I thought that was the answer to everything. I truly did. Hey, Jesse St. John, good to see you, man. I seen you got some packages delivered, or Mama Prepper said that you had some packages delivered. You got notifications. I hope everything was good and what you wanted. I'm gonna have to scroll down, guys, and kind of catch up. I think I'm pretty behind. The True American Loretta, Papa Prepper. Currently, I'm laying back on ice pack for neck and back, working. All I did today got me. I feel you, darling. When my guitar hands started not working like they used to, I moved to piano. You can often get an upright acoustic for free just to haul it off. Oh, yeah, there's constantly people giving away pianos here. I've got a big Yamaha keyboard. I mean, I can peck around on it and, kind of figure out songs, but I've never learned how to play. Mrs. Prepping Plumber, see, you got 80-year-old knees and a 35-year-old body. Well, my problem with my knees is, well, my left, I need a knee replacement. It's just like my cartilage is still there, but the doctor said it's spongier than it should be. So it allows to grind a little bit more than it should. But my right knee, I have a torn meniscus. And for those of you that don't know what that is, where your joints go together in your kneecap or your knee, there's cartilage in there. It's like a little gasket. And that has torn, and which makes it flop around a little bit, okay? And when that happens, it'll flip over on top of itself and get stuck. So I'm in a knee brace and a cane until it works itself out and flips itself back over, which can be anywhere from 2 or 3 days to 2 weeks. And it absolutely sucks. Um, I mean, I can put like no weight on my knee. And the doctors um, said that I'm not even a candidate for knee replacement until I'm at least 50 to 55 because they don't last long enough. He said if I got a knee replacement now, that was 4 years ago, he said I would need another one before I'm even 60. So I guess I'll just live with it until later. I don't know. Catch up here a little bit. The devil plays on everybody's weaknesses. Absolutely, he does. I shut him down that night. Thank God. Hello and good afternoon from Arizona. Almost 100 degrees here already. Hello, Bear Wilkie. Good to see you, man. Yeah, it got up. It was probably about 72 here today at one point, and real windy though. Hello, Karen Miner. Been having a rough day with your new meds, huh? Yeah, I know what that's like. That's what we've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about. My back's completely out. Got so much to do. No way to do it. Dude, I was thinking, ever tried an inverter? Magical. I know it won't heal, but relieves the discs. I don't even know what that is, man. Is that one of the things you lay on and like turns you upside down or whatever? Knees aren't supposed to grind. Well, I'll be darned. Yeah, that's where I'm. That's where I'm at with it too, B. Papa Prepper, I know all about that joint damage. Had arthritis since high school. It sucks. Man, that would be rough. Sorry to hear that, Joe. You're absolutely right, Big German. And I've always been the guy, always been the one that says people that kill themselves, that's nothing but selfish. That's just selfish. You know, they don't think about it. They don't see where they're hurting. They're people that love them. It's just a selfish thing to do. It's a coward thing to do. And there I was. I was one of those people for one night. It's easy to get there. I'm telling you, it can happen a lot easier than you think. Oh, that's fine, Coral. You're good. You had a big day today. I'd be showing it off too. I wish Ken be. That'd be awesome. I'd love to be the bionic man. Try moringa. You can get them in capsules. Somebody else told me that too. I never have tried it. Maybe one of those pull-up knee supports would help stop it from rolling. It might. I mean, I have to wear it every day because I never know when it's going to happen. Oh, sorry, Be Charming. It's probably because I scooted back. There you go. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry, but I didn't think about me being on my phone recording this. Yeah, my head would probably explode, Mames. Because I can tell, like, if I bend over for any period of time, like working on plants or something like that, I can feel my head. It feels like it's just swelling from the blood pressure. It is, and I still worked yesterday, Joe, taking care of my mother in law. And the only way to beat is to keep moving, and you're right. That's why she's like, no, no, just sit. I can get it. I can get it. And I know I mean, she's doing well. She means well. But like I told her, like, I can't just sit all day. I've got to get up and do something or I won't be able to leave here at 6 o'clock. I mean, I've got to get up and move every once in a while, you know. When my back's out, if I do just sit around and do nothing for myself, it makes it worse. Yeah, that's where I'm at, GG. Said they were supposed to get a new replacement 15 years ago, but they told me the same thing. I'd have to do it again in 20 years. I thought, nope. You're welcome, Be Charming, and thank you. All right, Kaufman, thanks for everything you done for me today, man. I really appreciate it. That's the dude right there that helped move my greenhouse and put up one of my bean tunnels and tried out my new tiller for me to find out that it's absolute junk and I don't know what I'm going to do for a tiller now. Really need one. But I guess the Lord will take care of it. I've learned that a lot too. Just leave it up to the Lord. If I'm meant to have one to plant corn and stuff, He'll send me one somehow. Yes, knee support works. Mom used one for a few years. She carried it in her bag. When she felt her knee going, she'd put it on. I might try wearing mine all the time to see what it does. Because I would literally have, because mine, I have no warning. It's just one step wrong, and it'll flip. And yeah, then I'm done. But yeah, thank you, Chris, for everything you done for me today, man. I appreciate it. Love you, bub. Have a good night. I know they're going to go color Easter eggs. Independent Marine been overfishing, finishing repairs on truck today, so it's 90 proof and ibuprofen for me. I understand that. You're good, Homestead Homeboy. Appreciate you being here, brother. You guys have a blessed Easter, man. And I'm not sure what I do for you guys, but you're welcome, man. I'll keep doing it. I'm just sitting here complaining about my ailments. But you guys have a blessed Easter, man. I appreciate you. That's something to think about, Jen. It depends on where I'm at with trying to get stuff done around here, man. But I'd love to meet some of you guys. I think it'd be awesome. Hello, Robert Robinson. Good to see you, man. From Southwest Ohio. Not too far from us. My grandma had a knee replacement when she was in her 50s and still had them when she died in her late 80s. Wow. And that's probably something that, most, they probably tell you that just so, you can anticipate. You know what I mean? Like, they want you to have another knee replacement. They want that money. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, B, it was very nice of him. That's the kind of guy he is. I mean, he'll do anything for anybody and expect nothing in return. He's a very good dude. I couldn't ask my sister to find anybody better. Easter seed money. Thank you, Homestead Homeboy. I appreciate it, man. I've got, I don't have any cream. I've never tried that. But I do, I have CBD drops, I have CBD capsules, and the gummies. And they help. I just, um, they make me really tired. CBD really makes me tired. So unless I'm just home in the evening, nothing else going on, I might take a couple or take a dropper, something like that. But if I got videos to make or stuff to do, I just can't. They put me to sleep fast. Mojo Man, what's up, brother? Good to see you. We are we are blessed tonight, man. Still kicking. Woke up on the north side of the dirt. Couldn't ask for anything more. Zane creep in here somewhere? Hey, there she is. Good to see you. And now the so-called opioid epidemic, they cut my pain medication to a third of what it used to be. So yeah, sad times. Man, I'm sorry about that, dude. Whew. But I know what you're talking about. They've cracked down on around here hard. Thanks to all of you for sharing about anxiety issues. I hate it for all of us, but at the same time, I'm not alone. You're absolutely welcome, Chris. I love talking about it to people because everybody has different coping mechanisms, and it's cool to hear some other people's, the way they cope. I love it. It gives me something else to try. And, you know, like I know I hate being on medicine every day. I do. I hate it. There's days I will quit taking it for like 2 days is about as long as I can go without taking it because if any of y'all have ever taken Zyprexa, if you go like 24 hours without it or a little longer, you start getting neuroelectrical surges, shocks, and it sucks. Um, it don't like physically electrocute you, but it's just like I said, a neurological jolt, and I get them from my fingertips up to my head, and sometimes I'll get them in my feet, but it sucks, and it's from because your body, when it comes to neurological medicine, your body processes it and utilizes it so quickly that it's one type of medication that won't stay in your system very long. And if you go like 24 hours to 36 hours without the Zyprexa, and I've talked to several different people that go through the same thing, so I know it's not just me, but you will get electric surges from your fingertips up to the top of your head, and it sucks. I mean, it don't really hurt. It just startles you and shock. Like it's awful. We are very blessed that he died for our sins. Helen, can you imagine? I mean, this world would be a lot different. I don't even think it'd be here if he hadn't died for all of us. for CBD cream, you want at least 250 milligrams. Now, Coral, me and Mandy went to Tennessee last year, and we crossed over to Cherokee, um, South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever Cherokee's at. We crossed over there, and there's a little shop there ran by Native Americans, and they had the cream up to like 700 milligrams. But man, it was expensive, and I couldn't see. I didn't want to take the gamble on buying it and it not work because it was like $70 for a tube of it. Um, but if it really, I mean, if you vouch for it that it works, I might look into it and maybe order some just to try if I can find a small tube just to try it. I definitely will look into it. Absolutely, Mames. Pulling up instead of pushing up. Papa, I bet your hats and bandanas are coping mechanisms. I don't know. I guess it could be. I don't know. I never thought about it. it I always thought it was just kind of more like a habit. Like I see hats, I want it. And not just any hat. I mean, it's got to be hats I can relate to, like whatever. Stuff I like, not necessarily any hat, but, you know. Yeah, big German. I mean, I hate going to the doctor. Trust me. I do. But I finally found one. I trust her. Um, she's a really good lady, and she genuinely seems to care about me. I mean, she's pushed for me to get bariatric, and we've been turned down, and she's tried. So I mean, she has my trust. But like my medications, man, if I was to go off of them, I'd be nuttier than the shithouse rat, to put it in bluntly. um, I would go off the deep end without my medication. I know I would. Because I was the guy that wouldn't go to the doctor. I was the guy that said I don't need medication. I was the guy that almost died because I didn't want to go to the doctor, and now I have white coat syndrome too. A lot of us do. You probably have it and don't even know it. But naturally, when you go to the doctor, your blood pressure goes up. A lot of your levels go up just because you're nervous. Um, but she takes that into consideration too. But um, but yeah, I mean, I understand. You've told me that before, Mames. Maybe that is, maybe it is a thing. I don't know. No, be charming. I'm not gonna stop taking it. It's just, you get to the point where like you just, and it's not always intentional. Like I'll get out to the car to leave for work, and it's like I forgot to take my medicine. I'm not going back in the house. I'll be all right. It's kind of that kind of thing. And there have been days where I look at it and it's like, I ain't gonna deal with it. I ain't messing with it today. You know, you know. So no, I have no means of completely stopping my medicine, or I have no, yeah, no intentions. That's what I was trying to say. Hey, D9 from the great state of Texas. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, SHTF, there won't be any meds. You're absolutely right, man. And that's, I mean, we're going to have to rely on natural, medicinal herbs and oils and, I mean, the best we can. Oh, you don't have to do that, Loretta. I'll find some. I just have to remember to look. I appreciate it, though. Some of you people in here are just too sweet. And since I know Cat Lady's not in here, and I don't think she's going to be, she might watch the replay. I don't know. But has anybody taken or thought any more about buying a greeting card and sending to me to send to her? Uh, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Never mind. I didn't scroll down far enough. Okay, guys. I totally screwed the pooch on that one. Hello, Cat Lady Prepper 23. Meow. Good to see you. Five Virgins Prepper. Good to see you. You're absolutely right. Make sure you worship the living Savior this Easter and not some dumb rabbit. Absolutely correct. Sparky's Run, good to see you. Hey, Papa and all. I've just been listening. I've got some health glitches. You all been mentioning chronic pain and anxiety, PTSD, etc. I just want to say God bless all of you. Been encouraging. Well, God bless you too, Sparky. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, but I was busted, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Nobody said nothing, so. Yeah, Michigan Outpost. My dad brought that to my attention today, and I hadn't even realized that today's date's 4321. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Be Charming asks, and I was going to ask too, Cat Lady, how's your dad and everybody doing? Helen Dixon, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Papa. You are a wonderful couple with big hearts. Glad to find your channel. When you get feeling a little down, remember how many you helped. Thank you. Well, thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. Ex truck driver here had to deal with DOT medical card for many years. Had high blood pressure for 30 years. White coat syndrome every time. Yep. I get it bad, man. I fear if we get into SHTF where I can't get my meds, especially my Atlantis for diabetes, it will prove fatal for me. Um, you can stock up. Well, no, you said Atlantis. I'm not sure what Atlantis is, but I know like insulin, you can stock up on it, but man, it's expensive. Very expensive. Um, and keeping it cool, keeping it cold. I mean, if you got solar power, that'll be very feasible. But yeah, um, that's one of the things I've talked about before, Jim, on here, that people are very insulin dependent. And I mean, my heart absolutely breaks for them, man, because I mean, a lot of us, in here know how to handle that situation. But even if you could stock up on insulin and stuff, you're going to run out eventually, you know? It's like me with my blood pressure medicine. It scares the hell out of me because my blood pressure just naturally runs so high. And I mean, it'll eventually run out. So I don't know what'll happen to a lot of us. But all I know and all I can do is pray to my Heavenly Father and, I hope He carries me through whatever I need carried through so I can still be here to take care of my family. RSD Prepper, which I'm not sure why she's not in here because she messaged me a few minutes ago, but that poor woman, she's she's another one that if SHTF, when it happens, I don't know what'll happen to her. Um, she's very RSD is an autoimmune disorder, and it's a type of muscular dystrophy. Okay, she's had surgeries on her spine. She has a spinal stimulator. Um, she has an internal morphine pump that she has filled every month. She takes 10 milligrams of oxycodone twice a day and still hurts. Um, so when this stuff goes down, I don't know what'll happen with her. I'll do the best I can, to take care of her. But it's people like that. I don't know. You know, and like Michigan Outpost said, go to drugstores. If everything's, you know, you got to do what you got to do to survive. You know, and which as far out in the sticks as we live, if it was to break out like that, rioting and looting and stuff, we'd never make it in time to get anything. Nor would I probably even go because I'd be terrified that something would happen here. And these girls are all I've got. My wife and I got married on Easter morning back in 1996. That's awesome, Independent Marine. Mandy and I, well, we just celebrated our anniversary, as y'all seen. We got married on her birthday. And happy anniversary to you guys. I'll check it out, Coral. Thank you. I just seen my phone lit up or I got an email from you. I will check it out. I appreciate it. That is true, Mojo. Your pain reminds you that you're alive. Thanks for being here, Chris Pyatt. I appreciate you. You guys, you have a good Easter too. God bless. Uh oh. Stuck again. Caught again. RSD Prepper is here. I am here and God will take care of me. I am ready to go when He's ready for me. There is no way of stocking up on things I was to need. I know. That's what I was explaining. I just remember, Papa, if you ever get down and out, you have us all to lean on. Love, Papa. Thank you, Big German. Man, I appreciate that. I really do. All right. Good night, Helen. Thank you for being here. Have a good Easter. Appreciate you. God bless. I know that Mrs. Papa Prepper. She's a very strong lady, and I know she will fight as much as she needs to, and no giving up on her end. Just remember, there was a promise made there. Sorry, I froze for a minute, guys. Well, since some folks are leaving, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I know Prepper Nation's on at 9. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up, and um, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow night for Prep Your Soul. I'm not sure what we'll do tomorrow night, but it's always a good time. I love Sunday nights. That's probably my favorite time with you guys, to be honest with you. Um, I really look forward to Sunday nights. But as for now, I think what I'm going to do is go hit up Mrs. Papa Prepper and see if she'll take me to get an ice cream cone. I think that might make me feel better. But anyway, until the next time I see you guys, God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you guys. Until tomorrow night, Papa Prepper out.